Everybody, Heather Vickery here with Vickery and Co. I'm a success and leadership coach who is designed and here to help you build a life and a business that you are absolutely fucking in love with, whatever that looks like for you. Welcome to Brave in Action. This is my weekly live show where I come in and share one little tip on a way that you can step into your inner bravery, out of fear, out of avoidance, out of all of those things in a way that maybe you haven't thought of before. So when I'm talking this way, I'm talking to Facebook and YouTube, and over here are my Instagram friends. So I kind of try to balance both of those things. Woo! Welcome. I'm glad to have you all here. I am so excited about today's topic because I will tell you that this work has changed my life in incredible and magic ways. And I came to this work by studying The Art of Possibility from Benjamin Zander. And if you guys get my newsletter, I put in a link to a YouTube video, but I can share it with you all separately. If you message me, I can send it to you. He's got like a 15-minute, his TED Talk is amazing, but this 15-minute little clip of Benjamin Zander talking to a bunch of uh, musicians about stepping into the art of possibility. And so I took that and I put my Brave Method Heather Vickery spin on it. And it has really, truly been a game changing experience. And I want to start by just being really transparent and honest with all of you that there have been so many times in my life where I have decided to shut myself down before I even started. And I hear my partner tell me, and I've had coaches tell me, and I tell my clients all the time, don't be the no. Don't know yourself, as in N-O, not K-N-O-W, right? Don't decide before you even tried that someone isn't going to be interested. They're not going to like you. They're not going to want you. They're not going to hire you. Whatever that story is. They're not going to read your book. They're not going to listen to your podcast, whatever it is. I have done that many times in my life, and I catch myself on occasion starting to do that again still. But I am now able to take myself through these processes of saying, hold on. What's the evidence that I have that this is going to be a no, that somebody's not going to like it, that they're not going to want it? And also, it's a very presumptuous position to be in. So sometimes in our efforts to people please and not bother people or not put them out or not make them uncomfortable, we're deciding for them what their answer is going to be before they've been given an opportunity to speak up or say anything. And this is where this work of, well, what is possible if really shows up for me. So if any of you out there watching, I know Chris Davis is here, and I believe she's had this experience where you talk yourself right out of something before you've started, out of saying yes, out of saying no, out of trying a new thing or applying for a job or having a hard conversation, anything like that. What I want you to do is recognize how it feels when you are the one that has shut yourself down before you've even found out what the possibility is, what could happen by giving situations, people, opportunities, ideas a chance, right? Nothing feels worse than realizing that you are the reason that you didn't even try something new. And you don't have to do that to yourself. There's this sort of analytical type A process you can take yourself through, this what if process. And I specifically talk about that in my book, Fuck Fearless, Making the Brave Leap. If you don't have a copy, you can get one today. Go to vickeryandco.com/social. It'll take you right there. You can get a signed, personalized copy of it. In the very last chapter, I share the story of my client, Crystal, who showed up into a workshop that I was teaching in this sort of really stuck space. She loved the work she was doing, but she didn't love the career she was in. She didn't love who she was doing it with. She really wanted to create some major shift in her life, but didn't know how, and really felt very, very stuck in the mud in that space. And I started talking about asking yourself, what is possible if? What is possible if you decided the story you walked in with is no longer your story? What is possible if you just tried the thing, or if you took the very first step into building? And honestly, within 2 days, Crystal, and I share this whole detailed story in the book, Crystal had left her job, applied and been accepted into law school, started studying for the LSAT, or I guess started studying for the LSATs and then got applied and got accepted into law school. And it completely shifted her life in her late 40s. And this whole new approach of looking at everything and saying, okay, if the story in my head maybe isn't true because my past experience tells me it's true, but maybe it's not true, what is possible if I believe in things I haven't thought of before? What is possible if I decide I'm worth trying? What is possible if people might love me enough for it to be okay? What is possible if I'm worth the effort? Right? What is possible if? And I want you to really consider all of the different outcomes, including the things that are exciting and beautiful. We can very easily identify, oh, well, so and so will be mad, or they won't like me anymore, or no one will pay that fee for me, or I don't have enough experience, I don't have enough skill. What if we open up the realm of possibility that says someone will see me and value me and recognize me, and I will get to serve exactly the right people? I've come up with that all the time. My human design type is projector, which means that in order for me to show up and do my best work and support all of you, I need to feel invited. Now, that can sound off-putting, but it isn't off-putting because I can ask for the invitation. How do I do that? With my weekly live show, Brave in Action, where you all are right now. I send out a newsletter and we send out reminders. If you like this idea, you want to come and hear me talk about it, join us and watch it live, right? I've invited you and you've shown up, so now you've invited me. And this really works well for me, understanding that. I was chatting with Chris last week about her human design type. We're going to have a talk about it. I'm so excited to do that. I keep pointing over here because Chris is on Instagram. And so what I would like for you all to do is think about not just the negative outcomes, the potential repercussions, but the exciting and beautiful outcomes that can happen if you take a little risk, if you try new things, if you maybe say yes or maybe say no, if you sit down to do the hard thing, break it down into small intentional baby steps. And this really works because it forces us to practice those most beloved 3 R's from the BRAVE method. Remember that BRAVE is an acronym, and the R stands for reassessment, reframing, and resilience. It allows you to look at things from a different perspective rather than just listening to those limiting voices that shut you down before you even get started. Oh, I see Claudia over here. Claudia's curious to know about human design. Send me a message, friend. We have to get together anyway, right? Because you bought the Create Brave cards and I need to give you your deck. I ship these to folks, but Claudia specifically asked for hand delivery. So we can talk about that and I will get you that and I'll tell you all about human design. But human design is really incredible work that partners several ancient philosophies together and helps you identify how you are innately designed to move through life, to problem solve, to best be successful, all of that. It's really incredible work. I'm currently getting certified in it. And that's actually a really great example of going, what is possible if, and having that apply in a first world example for me, or first person perspective example for me is I've been fascinated by human design for some time. I learned just enough to sort of wet my whistle. And then I saw this opportunity to take this really intensive course and get certified in in human design. And I didn't really know why, and I don't really have the extra time. And I love learning. And I constantly am striving to learn new things and share new things with clients and with all of you. But I typically have some base knowledge of what it is I'm learning. With human design, I really came in blind. And when I tell you this work is really challenging for me, could not possibly mean that more. When I sit to watch the courses and to do the work, I have a whole pile of books. I have to lay everything out on a table in front of me with zero distractions and hours of time to really dig in and get to know it. But it is so fascinating and eye-opening. And I had to say to myself, what is possible if I choose to do this hard thing for myself? What is possible if I step into this space and I make the time and I don't tell myself that I can't because it's new or I can't because I'm busy? And what I have discovered is a new way to love myself, a new way to parent, a new way to coach, a new way to support people. And it is really, really exciting. So I do try to constantly be in that space of learning more so that I can share more and support more people. And it's something that I think sets me apart from a number of people where lots of folks go, oh, I know this thing and I'm an expert in it and I'm just going to stay in this zone. And that's not really how I operate. I know these things, I learn these things, and then I want to learn more and I want to constantly evolve and grow. And yes, somebody on Facebook says we are our worst critics. We are our own worst critics. There's no doubt about that in any way. And if you could just sort of embrace this idea of what is possible if this scenario I've told myself isn't the only one, or maybe even what is possible if this isn't actually true? What is possible if I don't know everything about it and I could learn more? What is possible if I've learned as much as I can with this and it's time to put it into action or try something different? It applies to everything. What is possible if? And I really urge you, go to youtube.com, search in Benjamin Zander and look for like that. It's like a just under 15-minute video and watch it. I listen to it all the time because it gives me so much joy. He talks about so many incredible things, but he talks about the spirals, downward spirals and upward spirals, right? And so we all know what a downward spiral, oh, no one's going to come, and then I'm not going to make any money, and then I'm going to lose my house, and then I'm not going to have a car, and I'm not going to put my kids to school, right? And the upward is, oh my God, someone's here, it's so exciting, now I'm going to be able to pay my bills and put my kids to college, right? But all of it is a spiral. What if all of it's made up? What if we get to decide in the moment? What is possible if I believe that there are new opportunities at every opportunity, at every corner? What is possible if we are able to think we maybe just don't know it all? And by asking good questions and showing up and being present, we can see new opportunities. They will present themselves for us. My friend and client BJ is here. We can choose to believe in ourselves or not. We can. Because as BJ would say, every day is a Tuesday. You get to choose all of it. And you get to choose if you're going to believe the limiting voices in your head and you're going to shut yourself down, or if you're going to say, what is possible if I look at this from a different perspective? What is possible if I believe in this? I was doing some work with my group clients this morning. We were doing visualize yourself, your CEO self. And I think I'm going to do a live visualization class. Would you guys like that? Would you guys like to come if one of our Brave in Action sessions was a live visualization class? And we went through a perfect day as the CEO of her incredibly successful company from the moment she woke up until the end of the day, and what that looked like and how it felt and who was there and how you engaged. And because it's a group program, everybody else got to listen. And when it was their all turn, they were like, oh my gosh, I can see this for myself. I'm going to do this exercise for myself. And my client that I was doing this with said, I've just never thought like that before. What is possible if we choose to think differently than we've always thought? This is why I'm always learning. This is why I'm always expanding and evolving, because I know that there's so much more that is possible than I am aware of. And if I don't learn and evolve, I may be stuck in this one little spot, and I don't want to be there. I want to live bigger than that. All right, you guys are getting lots of yeses. Yes, yes, yes. So we will do that. We will do a visualize your CEO self Brave in Action. I got to look at the schedule and figure out when is the best time to do that, but we will definitely do that for sure. So I would love to know what you all think is possible. I'm going to take a drink of my most delicious little shout out to Cribby Coffee in Forest Park. I have this like specialty drink that I treat myself to once a week. That's a matcha latte, hot matcha latte with oat milk and lavender syrup. And it brings me such tremendous joy. And I got one right before we got here. And I love doing things that bring me joy, special, simple little things like that just set me off for the day and make me feel like I'm loving on myself. It's silly, but taking that time to do a thing that brings me joy. What is possible if you take some time to do one little bitty thing that brings you joy? To show up engaged and excited, right? So what is possible for you? What are some things that you're struggling with that maybe you've shut yourself down on? You can comment here. You can email me, heather@vickeryandco.com. You can DM me on any of the social media platforms. What are these things that what you've already decided you know the answer of? And then what is possible if maybe you don't know the answer? If you want to come at it from a different angle, You want to wait and see what happens. You want to try the thing or ask some questions. And let's start a conversation about it. So I'm really excited to see what opens up for you all if you say, what's possible if? And then don't decide the answer, discover it. How exciting is that? All right, let's pull a Create Brave card. For those of you who do not know, I co-created the Create Brave card deck with my friend, Rachel Swanson. Rachel is a creativity coach and an incredible artist. And there are 48 unique cards. They have affirmations on them, and they're designed to help you guide and source and manifest your next step in life and business wherever you want. So we have 48 beautiful cards. They're so thick and gorgeous. They have this really pretty glitter side, magnetic box, even comes with a guidebook. Oh, thank you. I think that was BJ. Don't decide the answer, discover it, right? Quote of the day. Somebody can put that on Twitter for me and tag me, and then I can share it. That'd be so exciting. Or on Instagram. I like that one. Sometimes I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth, BJ. And I surprise even my own self. So I like to pull a Create Brave card when we finish off each week's Brave in Action live show, just to see what shows up for me and what shows up for all of you, and what feels good. And you will decide for yourself how this card makes you feel, what resonates, what it's telling you. And I tend to shuffle my cards until there's one. Until there's one that just pops up, till I just know that's the right one. And go with my instinct on it. This feels like the perfect card for right now. And if you guys come to Brave in Action regularly, how often do I say that? All the time, right? Right, Chris Davis? Because you're here all the time. Because what is meant for us finds us. And it's amazing to me how I shuffle 48 cards and I never know which one I'm going to get. And it inevitably matches perfectly with what the topic is, what we're here to discuss. So this card is becoming. And I have to be honest, this card is not accessible to everyone. This is one of our bonus cards for the Kickstarter. So if you supported our Kickstarter and you got one of those early decks, you have this card, but it is not in the guidebook because it was a bonus card. We had 2 bonus cards, Becoming and Well-Being. But could this card, it could not be more beautiful. Rachel really outdid herself with this card, right? And it says, Becoming. I am always in process and ever evolving. And is that not just what I said, right? I am always evolving. We are never there. We are works of process, works of progress. It's not like you're going to cross that finish line and then you're just going to quit and you're going to be done. Then we open ourselves up to new ideas and new opportunities and what is possible if, right? What is possible if, because we are becoming. We are constantly becoming who we most are, loving and honoring and trusting ourselves. It is a process. And I love this particular tool. I am becoming, I am in the process, I am ever evolving, particularly when I am feeling difficult and challenged and down on myself, when I'm feeling particularly angry or frustrated or sad, reminding myself that I don't have to have all the answers right now. It doesn't all have to be working, quote unquote, perfectly right now because I am becoming. And as long as I'm showing up for myself, whatever that means, sometimes it means hustle and working hard. Sometimes it means resting. Sometimes it means going live with you all. Sometimes it means actually getting into the work with my clients and coaching. Sometimes it means reading. Sometimes it means pulling a Create Brave card or scrolling through TikTok. When I show up for myself, I am becoming. I am becoming the best version of me, and it never ends. We keep going, and I love that. So I would love to know, what does this card show for you today? How does it make you feel? What do you think about it? If you want a set of Create Brave cards, you can get those. Go to vickeryandco.com/social. You will see a link. And Claudia, if you're still here, let's get together so I can get you your deck. I'm super excited, and I can tell you about human design stuff. BJ, I want to let you know that I am going to do a session for all of the past members of the IBE program to do some human design work if you guys are interested. So that's coming out. I'm rolling that out soon just to share it with all of you and connect with all of you again, because I miss everyone. All right, folks, thank you so much for being here. I think next week I'm going to start Brave in Action by doing an EFT tapping meditation. How do y'all feel about that? It's just a little short 3.5 minute thing that will set the mood, get you a little calm, focus on some self love before we go into the topic. In fact, maybe I'll do that and then we'll do the visualize your CEO exercise. It'll be easier to do once we're feeling sort of calm and centered and full of self love. Do you guys like that idea? Comment, let me know. If you like it, we'll make it happen because that's what I do. Follow those instincts and make it happen. I appreciate you all. We have our final episode of Pride Month released last week. It's with Steph Garvin. It's an incredible interview. You get a front row seat of the transitions that Steph has been experiencing over the last several months. I really encourage you to listen. We had 5 fantastic episodes honoring and celebrating LGBTQ voices, queer joy. Such an honor. If you haven't listened to all 5 of those episodes, please go do that. And then I'm taking a little summer break. That doesn't mean there won't be episodes, but we're going to replay some of our fan favorites. So 8 of our most popular episodes are going to get reshared through all of July and all of August. And then I'll be back with new content in September. And we have a brand new episode that just dropped of Was It Chance with the fabulous, incredible Mary Rutt from Latter-day Lesbian Podcast. We had such a good time, Alan and I, talking to Mary. So go listen wherever you enjoy streaming podcasts to both of those. Get your copy of Fuck Fearless. Get your Create Brave deck. Let me know, my friends, what is possible if for you. Thank you for being here. I will be back next week with a brand new episode of Brave in Action. This is Heather Vickery reminding you today and every single day to go out and choose bravely. Bye now.